these dwarf Siberian kale seedlings that I planted quite a long time ago, last November or December, and it's now late February. And as you can see, right, they're not doing very well. I've kind of neglected them, even though I've kept them watered. They really haven't grown very much. They need more room to grow, and they need a much more, aggressive cycle of nutrients. So I'm going to see if I can get these little plants to grow to their full potential using my Kratky Hydroponic setup. So you can see I have a box here, and this is for storing shoes. I've drilled 8 holes into the top of the container, and I'm using 2-inch net pots that I'll be planting these seedlings into. And I'll fill the area around this peat with coco coir. The reservoir has already been filled with the nutrient solution, the nutrient infused water, and I am using FloraGrow, General Hydroponics FloraGrow nutrients, which I've had really a lot of success with so far in my other hydroponically grown setups. And I have diluted the water using an aggressive vegetative growth of nutrients. So that means that there's more of this FloraGrow and Flora Micro, and a little bit less of the Flora Bloom solution. But everything is all set, and so now the only thing I need to do is clean these up a little bit, removing the dead leaves, and then I will add my coco coir, transplant these, and I'll let you know how they're doing in about another week. So first I'm going to remove the netting around this peat pot, and since in my experience peat hasn't worked as well in Kratky setup as coco coir, I'm actually going to replace most of the peat with the coir. Now, as you'll see, these plants don't yet have roots that are long enough to reach outside of the net pot. So I'm going to have to be careful about the water levels here. Right now the baskets are immersed in the water. Not completely, but they are immersed at, I think, about a little less than ½ an inch of the bottom of the basket is sitting inside of the water. And so as the plant grows, the roots will come out of the bottom of the basket and reach down into the water. And as the plants soak up the water, right, the roots there'll be a little gap between the top here and the top level of the water, right? So some of the roots will be suspended in air and some will be suspended in the water. So that's basically how I'm going to do this. If there are a few seedlings that have roots that can reach all the way to the bottom, I will gently pull them through the bottom of the net pots, and we'll see what happens. about time to harvest the kale. Let's see how they did in my indoor Kratky hydroponic system. So you can see they grew fairly well. They are definitely, above the lights now. I could just pull up the lights and let them keep growing in here, but honestly, I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull them. Plus, I've been having some trouble, don't know if you can see that very well, with aphids, and it's just getting to the point now where I'm having to spray every day. So I would call this a partial success, only because, it really got a bit too hot in here. It was also a struggle with the aphids. You can see leaves like this are just really kind of suffering from aphid damage. And dwarf Siberian kale plants really prefer it colder than I was able to keep it in here. So would I do this again? Yes, I think in the winter months I would definitely try growing dwarf Siberian kale indoors again. But I would probably give them a lot more room and do a better job of keeping them under instead of above the lights. Be sure to subscribe for more tips, and I've included a link to our free resources library down below. If you sign up, you'll get access to our library of resources for your gardening and healthy living needs. Bye for now.